Hey guys, welcome back to News with Sonic, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. I got some really cool news. We're going to talk about the Marvel Netflix series. As you guys all know, the Marvel Netflix series were canceled back a couple years ago, specifically 2018. One by one, we saw them all get canceled, with Jessica Jones being like the last one to be canceled. Due to the fact that everything was dissolved into Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige now has the rights and control of every single Marvel character you can think of. With the exception of Spider-Man, he has more so like the creative control over Spider-Man because Sony still owns that property technically. So he's the only one that's not exactly officially part, he's part of the MCU, but he's not exactly property of the MCU, unfortunately. But with all that being said, this is really interesting news that I came across. Here it talks about Kevin Feige saying that Marvel's Netflix heroes are on the board. And I would imagine so, because since the rights to Marvel Television, the characters' rights to Marvel Television had just recently expired back in November 2020, they got reverted back to Marvel Studios, and Marvel Television has folded into Marvel Studios anyway. So Marvel Television is no more. Now, Marvel Television will be known as Marvel Studios in Disney+. So if you want to watch any movie from Marvel Studios or any TV series from Marvel Studios, it's all going to be in Disney+ moving forward. And you guys already know that. So anyways, welcome back to News with Sonic. Thank you so much for joining. If you clicked on this video, I really appreciate it. So if you want to show this channel a little bit of love, go ahead and click on that big subscribe button. And I noticed that about 76% of you who are not subscribed watch my videos. So I'd gladly appreciate it if you did click on subscribe, of course, and like and share this video, of course, if you get a chance. Plus, please click on the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. I upload on a daily, at least I try to upload on a daily if there's a lot of news going on, of course. And I'm trying to get back into doing live streams, so be aware of that, of course. And lastly, go ahead and join my Discord. The invitation link to that is down in the description box below, where you can join a bunch of people like yourselves who are into the same kind of things as you are, like geek culture, games, and whatnot. We have chats for that. It's all there. Please go ahead and join my Discord and say hi. We'd love to chat with you as well. And with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get back to the article. So, Kevin Feige says Marvel's Netflix heroes are on the board, and this is really great news. It's clearly these characters are not forgotten, so I'm very excited. This Friday, Phase 4 of Marvel Cinematic Universe finally begins with the launch of WandaVision and on Disney+. And naturally, most Marvel diehards are excited to see some of the MCU's biggest names on the small screen, but they also haven't forgotten about the heroes who previously headlined their own shows on rival streaming services. Marvel impending foray into TV has Kevin Feige fielding lots of questions about the fate of the Netflix street-level characters. As of now, there don't appear to be any concrete plans to bring those heroes into the larger MCU. However, Feige still isn't ruling out their return. While speaking with a Hollywood Reporter, Kevin Feige addressed the possibility of Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and the Punisher showing up in future Marvel projects. Obviously, the studio's current focus is on having new characters star in their own Disney Plus series, but according to Feige, the option is always on the table. Everything's on the board, says Feige. That's one of the fun things about the comics, is that characters would appear and disappear and come and go. All of it is inspiration for the future. There are some great characters and actors from those shows. Netflix canceled Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist in late 2018, subsequently axed Jessica Jones and the Punisher the following year. Many fans immediately held out hope that Marvel was planning revivals for Disney Plus or Hulu, but according to the terms of their original deal with Netflix, those characters couldn't pop up in any new MCU films or TV shows until 2 years after their respective cancellations. Technically, this means that all of these characters will be available to use starting next month, as Jessica Jones and the Punisher were both canned in February 2019. Unfortunately, nothing seems to be happening just yet. Do you think Marvel should revisit the Netflix heroes sooner rather than later? So anyways, I'm very excited. You let me know your thoughts about that. Do you think that they should be revisited sooner than later? I want those characters to appear very soon, and specifically in one of the Disney Plus shows. I think it's possible. If you all recall, Kevin Feige did state in an interview that these characters can pretty much, like other potential characters, can pop up in one of the series, such as like She-Hulk, and anything is possible at this point. Any character can easily just pop up out of nowhere. So I'm pretty sure he was, hint, hint, wink, wink at us with the possibility of Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, to show up in the She-Hulk. As we all know, Jennifer Walters' She-Hulk is a lawyer, and it's a possibility that and it's a possibility that specifically a blind type of lawyer can be making an appearance in the She-Hulk series, so anything is possible. Characters always make cameos in other comic books all the time, in other superhero comic books all the time, and that's what's so special about comic books. You always get to have, like, see those Easter eggs, get cameo appearances or guest appearances in comic books, and they always come and go, like Kevin Feige stated. So that's actually one of the fun things about comic book characters. They just come and go and make an appearance here and there, and that's what always keeps like the audience and the readers, I guess, very curious about those characters. So they go on and to read like that individual character's comic book, his story, to see what his or her story is all about, to see what they're up to and whatnot. And anything is possible. Now that all the characters' rights have been reverted back to Marvel Studios, we're going to have to just wait and see what Kevin Feige decides to do with those characters, where to put them. Because a lot of the times when you read comic books, a lot of the characters' first appearances were often in other characters' comic books. Like, for example, the Wolverine's first appearance was in The Incredible Hulk, and the Punisher's first appearance was in an Amazing Spider-Man comic book. That being said, we could probably be seeing a first appearance of these characters in other superhero shows, and then later on down the line, in the very near possible future, we can get those characters to get their own series. As for if these characters should start anew with a brand new series, starting all over again, erasing and forgetting everything about, from the Netflix series, everything about the Netflix series, which were phenomenal series, I don't think it should be rebooted. I think it should be a continuation of that series moving forward. Move those series to Disney Plus in the Marvel Television section and like in the Marvel Studios section, and then continue on with like season 4 of Daredevil, and continue on with season 3 of Luke Cage, season 3 of Iron Fist, and season 4 of Jessica Jones. I would love to see, and of course season 2 of The Punisher. I would love to see those series continue on with a bit of a mature rating, possibly move it to like Star, but it is Marvel property after all. That's just my thoughts. I think a lot of us could agree that the actors that were selected to play these characters on Marvel Television were fantastic, and I don't think they should be replaced, especially Charlie Cox. He's the quintessential Daredevil, and that's just my opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can go ahead and agree with that sentiment as well. But anyways, you let me know your thoughts. Where should these characters make their appearances first, in which series? We got a lot of Marvel Studios series coming to Disney Plus, and I'm just curious to see where these characters will make their first appearance. So you comment down below, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on bell notifications so you all don't miss anything, so you can stay up to date. And of course, share this video if you want. And lastly, remember, join my Discord. The invitation link to that is down in the description box below. And with all that being said, I will see you all in the next comic panel.